that we shall present in this program.
There is a conspiracy theory that a shadowy elite of bankers and media moguls are ruling the world from inside a secret room.
They say that the people that control this world could sit around one large table and have lunch.
The theory goes that these elitists plan to create an all-powerful new world order, a world government that will destroy anyone who disobeys them. The theory spreads through the internet and underground videos and anti-New World Order talk shows.
Is there a New World Order?
There's a New World Order?
Is there a new religion coming?
New religion's coming.
The New World Order has a certain smell about it. The smell of death.
But there's something else. These shadowy elitists, men like Henry Kissinger and David Rockefeller, are rumoured to attend a bizarre annual summer camp in Northern California called Bohemian Grove. This is the story of one man's attempts to infiltrate and secretly film inside Bohemian Grove. For years, conspiracy theorists like David Icke have travelled the world spreading the word about Bohemian Grove to a disbelieving public.
Now, behind these trees, every year in July, the elite, the presidents, past, present and future, the media owners, the bankers, the business leaders, turn up for a summer camp at Bohemian Grove. I took these pictures myself, as near as I could get. It says no through road there. You get up and you eventually become to Bohemian Grove some way up there. I've never been that far. Now, here's a picture from Bohemian Grove taken in 1957. Look, over here we have Uncle Ron. I guess in 1957 he's still getting on and off his horse. Over here, Tricky Dicky, Richard Nixon. Here they are in Bohemian Grove, and both go on to become President of the United States. Now, here's another picture from Bohemian Grove, taken by a journalist on a long lens. What you're looking at during this summer camp is a ritual in which the elite of the world, they dress up in long gowns with, like, hoods on. Now, what we got here? A 40-foot stone owl. Go back in the ancient world, they used to sacrifice children to a deity called Moloch or Molech. Today, these elite names are still doing ritual sacrifices of children. So we ask the question, how do they symbolize Moloch as an owl?
Could any of this actually be true? David Icke is far from alone in believing that the root of all satanic elitist evil lies inside Bohemian Grove. The rumours have spread across America, the flames fanned in conspiracy talk shows.
You see, for over 120-plus years in Northern California, in Sonoma County, on a 2,700-acre secluded redwood grove, leaders from around the world, prime ministers, chancellors, presidents, governors, travel there to engage in bizarre, ancient Canaanite, Luciferian, Babylon mystery religion ceremonies.
But now, for the first time in history, one man intends to discover once and for all what they're really doing in there. His plan is to infiltrate Bohemian Grove in the dead of night and secretly film their owl-burning ritual. His name is Alex Jones.
From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
No longer is the New World Order some foggy apparition over the next hill, the talk of extremists in the rural areas. Yes, the media's tried to make jokes of it. They've tried to create their little stereotypes. Now they openly speak of it in the Senate. You will have globalism. We will disarm the American people.
Alex is a syndicated talk show host from Austin, Texas. He broadcasts from his bedroom down an ISDN line to 8 million listeners. Alex believes that the shadowy elite at Bohemian Grove are the puppet masters who control the world's governments, banks, the media, and the United Nations.
And you say, well, people aren't going to accept that. Oh, well, how could the Aztecs accept sacrificing 10,000 people on some holidays, eating their children's hearts? This is all real. And we see decadent empires in their final stages of corruption as they become insane throughout history, engaging in mass murder when it doesn't even help their final cause.
Well, Alex, at 26 years old, is now syndicated to over 40 commercial markets. So he's huge, not to mention that he's on shortwave and the internet. He's been #1 on AOL, numerous times. Last year he won Best of Austin, which is a big honor in the city. Alex is a sensation in what he does. I think he's a new sensation because he's young, he's vibrant, and he's reaching so many people, and so many people are getting involved with this movement through what Alex does.
It's April the 19th, 3 months before Alex's planned infiltration of Bohemian Grove. It was 7 years ago today that David Koresh's Branch Davidian Church in Waco went up in flames. Alex has organised the rebuilding of the church, and he's emceeing the opening ceremony.
We're going to a little suit shop, pick up one of my suits.
That's when it's over. Hello.
How you doing? Alex Jones. I'm here to pick up a suit.
You want to try it on?
Yeah, it's great. Let me try it on.
I've listened to your voice on numerous occasions.
Well, nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you, too.
You bet.
Well, he's got some opinions that are not mainstream, to say the least, and it's enjoyable listening to him. Yeah, not that I agree with everything he says, mind you, but...
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
Exactly. Right, because I don't want to be that... nervous about my life. Although, according to you, I should be.
You're beautiful, my love. Isn't my girlfriend Violet Nichols beautiful and smart? Look at her. Look at her. She is just incredibly smart. That's the webmaster of Infowars.com.
April the 19th is a holy day for conspiracy theorists. They say that the elitists, the kind of men who attend Bohemian Grove, commanded the American government to murder 83 people at Waco on this day, and 168 people 2 years to the day later. They say that the Oklahoma bomb was planted by the government themselves, an elitist plot to implement emergency powers to disarm and enslave the American people.
So the people of America have come together and built this memorial church out in the middle of nowhere, 9.5 miles east of Waco, Texas. And it's historic. It's April 19th. And they can have their big phony celebration and memorial for those that died at Oklahoma City. I'm sad they died. I'm also sad the government destroyed that building and is attempting to blame it on good, decent people like myself. It's disgusting. It's a Reichstagian event, my friends, just like old Hitler burning the Reichstag.
He is hard-nosed. He's hard-boiled. He's tender. His name is Alex Jones. What's amazing is that this man is only 26 years old. Considering what he has accomplished and demonstrated in building this church, I believe that by age 36, he could become the youngest president of the United States. Is Alex Jones.
Victory is ours against the New World Order, against the communists and socialists and the bankers that run the whole filthy show. And now that they run the world, or at least the central hubs of power and the banking establishments and the dominant media, they plan to sack this country. Are you gonna let them? Feel your ancestors. These individuals, again, were testing you back in 93, testing you with the World Trade Center, with Waco, and then in 95 with Oklahoma, trying to scare you, run you off the cliff like a bunch of lemmings. But some Americans aren't lemmings. God bless you.
Alex and his cameraman, Mike Hansen, make underground videos in which they confront the people they feel are complicit in this great conspiracy.
I'm sick and tired of hearing your lies when you machine-gunned a bunch of men, women, and children. You got a big problem, buddy. Let me tell you, a lot of people are writing down your names. You can follow people around. You can harass people. You can back up your bankster buddies. But a revolution of peaceful information's coming, and when it comes time, you people are going to be brought to punishment. You understand? Just like Nuremberg. Just taking orders doesn't cut it, my friend. You understand me?
I think I've assessed you.
Yeah, oh, you've assessed me. Listen, you can sit there and say some kind of little joke. You can assess me all day. I want you to assess me. I've assessed you. A smiley face slime ball that sits here in soft pedals and tries to placate the media.
But Alex's planned infiltration of Bohemian Grove will be his most daring mission of all, and he said I was welcome to come along and film his attempts. I didn't know whether men like Henry Kissinger and George W. Bush really dress in robes and attend a secret owl-burning ceremony in the forests of Northern California, a ceremony said to be called the Cremation of Care. It was hard to believe, but Alex was intent on discovering the truth.
Ah, it's my redcoat friends. How you guys doing? Sorry we're late.
So are you excited?
Oh, yeah, I really want to check into some maps and things, and I'm willing. I mean, hiking into 2,700 acres is not too hard. We need to get into the woods. We need to insert ourselves. We need to catch these people at their business.
Gotta be very quiet. Let's go check in.
Oh, they're spies, aren't they?
No, let's go into the rooms.
There's a lady up there, literally with her ear like that, listening to us. And another guy right up there. So I don't know what's going on. Come on, a few of them, though. This is all kind of new for me. It's all the childhood fears, all of the superstitions, plus the lay of the land. It's kind of like a little visit to America's Transylvania. We're in search of these, what are they, cultists, weirdos? Is it just big business? Or is it just a rich man's camping retreat like they claim it is? But frankly, with all the secrecy and all these big names and the admission that they do this cremation of care for now over 112 years, and then I start researching that, and I find out that it does have serious occult implications linked in the past to child sacrifice. Back in the ancient world, throwing children inside the burning innards of the owl. You start going, this is weird. And I sure wish we'd have brought a gun.
But why would you want to bring a gun?
Because they say people disappeared from here.
Some conspiracy theorists are not at all surprised that American presidents might undertake these rituals at Bohemian Grove. They say these men are Satanists and that the evidence is there for all to see, if you know how to look. They say the proof is even on the back of the dollar bill.
And you're a pastor, Del. What does secular mean to we Christians?
It means without God.
Exactly. So what this symbol is, what it relates to us, and its purpose when it was placed on the back of the dollar bill in 1933 was to announce the birth of the satanic New World Order under the all-seeing eye of Satan, Lucifer, the devil, the Antichrist, the man who will lead the world, whose number is 666.
Some things are known. The owl ceremony, the cremation of care, always takes place on the second weekend in July. Visitors to the Grove in recent years have included Presidents Bush and Reagan and Ford and Nixon, movie stars like Clint Eastwood and Danny Glover, and Alan Greenspan of the Federal Reserve. It is an all-male affair. Alex has no clear idea how to accomplish his mission. He's managed to obtain a map of the Grove, and his plan is to enter the forest, perhaps climb up some mountains, and basically just scout around until he finds it.
Okay, here's the big question. What farmers or ranchers living here are going to blow my ass off if they see me sneaking across? Because I have no problem. If there's a road, if I can be shown a way to insert myself into this with Hanson. All right, I'll be all right. The only thing I'm worried about is Violet. Honey, do you want to go with us? We're sneaking in this thing, and then I could, like a mother hen, just have you hang out at the edge of the woods while I sneak up closer.
You have a gun for me? Something to protect myself with, I will. But I'm not going to just hang out in the middle of the woods. But I'm happy to come along. I mean, as long as we really have a plan.
Why don't you stay here then? Because there's no way to hide your beautiful femininity from the goblins. So here we have the 2,700 acres and the relatively smaller, I guess it's 500 acres of actual campground. And God only knows what's really going on out here in the larger areas. I would guess they probably created roads and trails off where they do their more nasty or beastly activities.
You worry for Alex, Violet?
Because Alex gets so impassioned by what he's doing that sometimes I'm afraid that he might be a little bit, reckless. But he's a brave man. I wish he had a gun, with him. I wish that we were able to carry guns or to be armed or protect ourselves, that's all.
Alex has one positive plan. A local lawyer called Rick has successfully infiltrated the Grove on 2 occasions. He's agreed to meet Alex tonight to offer him tips on how to get in.
I don't know what this lawyer's going to want what mannerisms or demeanor he thinks will get us in there and not, and will keep us from being noticed. But frankly, with these cameras, we can sneak around in the woods all night long and catch these guys and come up on their campsites while they're enjoying themselves and get it all.
There were a few hours to kill before our meeting with Rick the lawyer, so we split up and I visited Mary Moore. Mary lives a few miles from the camp. She protested Bohemian Grove every summer for 3 decades, holding up placards, yelling at the warmongers cruising past in their limousines. But now she's 65 and retired.
Feast for the eyes in here.
This is the office.
No, the place. This is the 60s room. This is where all the 60s, who killed JFK and...
Is it dangerous to try and get into the Bohemian Grove?
Well, if you get caught. I mean, in terms of your life, no, I don't think so. But if you get caught, you probably get arrested. I think they just quietly make them go away.
There's some people out there who say that they quietly make them go away in a more sinister manner.
Oh, well, there's a lot of stuff, especially like a lot of right-wing stuff and all that. Oh, we've had, they're killing children up there and sacrificing them on the altar. We've heard that one a lot. I guess you have too. And, I don't know. Maybe they are. But if that was happening, I think we would know that here locally. I think it's bad enough to just stick with what they're doing to the globe and the earth and to the people on it.
Mary told me some strange things about the Grove. The reports of a great deal of alfresco urination against the redwood trees, even though the campsite is equipped with many toilets. Then there are the lakeside talks, the unofficial power meetings that occur in an open-air theatre.
This is where the ruling class bonding happens. That's how they network. So, who they meet up at the Grove and what they talk about, certainly that's why the Lakeside Talks are so important, because that's kind of your preview of what's going to be the issue. Star Wars was discussed up there long before it became out into the public consciousness. So that's where the Manhattan Project was conceived in 1942. So it's sort of the germination of a lot of this. And it's without public scrutiny. It's basically the way they do a lot of things, cocktail parties, going away into the back rooms. It's just kind of the ultimate back room,
It's the secret room.
Yeah.
Is it true that the Manhattan Project, which gave birth to the first US atomic bomb, was nurtured at the Grove? Is it true that the future of the world is discussed there by men like Henry Kissinger, who can change the course of history, men who actively thrive on secrecy, hence the mystique that has grown around any secret society Kissinger belongs to, especially if it undertakes berobed ceremonies involving owl effigies?
Yep.